Oh,
Okay.
Cool.
So,
Oh, that Netflix
what
thing.
the hell are we doing?
We're gonna do dating. Who are we gonna date, guys?
I don't know, man.
Maybe we should try to date Bryce so that we can keep him from
please
running
date
in.
Bryce?
We could date Bryce.
Yeah,
Let's
and then
do
maybe
it.
we'll
Alright.
be able to keep
Alright.
him from getting himself killed.
So, let's do another run.
Also, in theory, there probably
Or
is
we
like
might
a
get Bryce killed.
good ending for Dean.
Bryce?
Yes,
There is.
there's a good ending and bad ending. Okay, so to those of you just joining us, hi, welcome. Go watch the rest of it.
If someone jumping in right now and has not seen the rest,
Right.
it's going to be so lost.
Right? We're going to be skipping everything that we've seen before, so this is going to go much faster. But we have determined that there's a good and a bad ending for each character, which you probably already knew. And we're going to get them all eventually, probably.
13 endings total, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
great. Alright, let's do it. Continue your journey, Zani. Yes.
System is talking to you.
Yeah.
What happens if you refuse to date anyone?
Bad things. If we refused to date anyone, we obviously wouldn't have had a
Is that the
person
same
with us.
picture as before?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It doesn't look familiar.
No, it was the
Probably
egg
wasn't.
before.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, we're jumping straight into this. Holy shit!
Nice.
This
I'm
is
really
this is
glad.
this is new. All right. Well,
Oh, it's because it's the events of before the events of last night all came back to me. Because remember, you just went back in time.
yeah. All right. I awoke from uneasy dreams, looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside, in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was a note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything. Along with his own home phone and work number, there were also some notes for delivery food and other necessities. Alright. Sweep. Great.
Kiss his hand. I want to see what happens.
Fine. When I took his hand in mine, preparing to kiss it, I could feel the individual bumps and scales on his rough skin. Nice to meet you too, Sebastian. So, where are you taking me? He's confused.
Yeah.
Straight to business.
I bet he would have won in a fight with mine. This is Maverick. Nice to meet you. Sure, why not? Did you give it to her? Yes, we did.
Yes.
Wow.
Experience this section in a satisfactory manner. Yes. During relevant sections, I'll come in and ask if you don't want. Just outright jump ahead. Sound good so far? Jumping ahead will often skip minor choices that can be made, especially during character sections with lots of dialogue options. This can include parts that would unlock new achievements. However, jumping ahead will never skip important choices that you have to make, such as those that could result in good endings or the choices you make during your investigations. It's up to you whether you want to use it or not, but it might save you some time. Either way, the choice is yours. Should I just skip ahead? Yeah, let's skip ahead.
Yeah.
As you wish.
But you wouldn't have to eat the fish this time.
Yeah.
Alright. On our way to the crime scene, he tried to repair what would come. I had studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals. Asking myself how similar this would be, my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon, but a human corpse I would be seeing. When we arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation.
Yeah.
Just do it. Alright, investigation starto. We can 100% it this time, because we know the answers. What do you think? Well, he's definitely dead. Yeah, rip. Let's just say this will be your test and tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot. Alright, true, but what are they telling you? They were inflicted with a sharp implement. Dragons don't use knives. It had only been sewn with hands.
Yeah.
That's right, only those who walk on two legs or the power and dexterity to wield a knife effectively. Most other dragons would probably just bite instead. Of course, this rules out most of the bigger dragons and flyers. Alright,
So why is he bringing you when you're one of the main suspects?
I'm not.
Totally not.
He did not want to make any noise. Great. What do you think was the lethal one? The one in his neck.
That bled a whole bunch.
Blood splatter suggests that he died here.
Yep.
One his model suggests that he fought back. Alright.
mean
All
he's
right.
not a vampire?
I think that's about everything. Investigation over.
Much
Did
faster.
we do well? You know what, kid? I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often. Yay! We got an
Yeah.
achievement for not fucking it up this time. Do you still need the witness? No. I'm a human. Well, I'd call you by your name, but you never actually told me it. Do you work for our police now? Guess so. Doesn't sound very convincing. I'm not quite convinced either. By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries. Do a little bit of everything. Great, fuck you, Rabrick.
Fuck you too.
Yeah, we're looking for Razor soon enough. So we meet and find Razor before he does. Don't worry, Razor will turn up eventually. I surely hope so. Zoop. Alright,
Meet with
first
Bryce.
real... Oh, hey, we can meet with Sebastian.
Whoa!
That's
Wait, go
the-
to your thingy? Huh.
I mean, everyone's
Date
neutral.
Sebastian.
Yeah, but Sebastian wasn't an option before.
Yeah.
That
Let's date Sebastian.
I don't think we can date Sebastian. He's not on our status menu.
try anyway.
No, let's stick with meeting with Bryce.
Yeah.
Let's stick with Bryce. All right, finally a scene that we
Haven't seen.
haven't seen before.
Yep.
All right. Once again, I found myself within the police department, which seemed oddly quiet for this time of day. It didn't take me long to spot Bryce in his office. Hey, Sonny, what's up? Nothing much, but you told me to contact you if I could remember anything that might help with the investigation. That's right. What do you have for me? I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I have known Reza for a couple of years, so I know some things about his personality. I see. Well, that's actually more helpful than you might think. Mannerisms, habits, all kinds of things would be useful to add to his profile and to get a better idea of him. You know, I'm just about done here for the day, but if you want to discuss it over a beer or something, I'd be more than happy.
Woo!
Chug.
I'll take 3.
Yes.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, he can probably outdrink you.
He definitely has a higher body weight. Alright, let's go. Oh, look, a new location. There is more than one eatery in this town.
Whoa.
Here we are.
Maybe it's not much an eatery, just a drinkery.
It's got
It
tables.
says Cafe Memoria.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
got
like a
tables.
coffee bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a different angle of the other place, honestly.
Only kind of.
Not too shabby, I have to admit. And just in time for happy hour. Do you come here often? Sometimes. Oh, look, a new waiter. It's definitely a different place. It's not a dean.
Yes.
Who's gonna read for this person?
I should probably read.
Alright.
Tim does a lot of reading.
Yes.
Hey, you two. What can I bring you?
Just the usual.
One generic beer for the chief of police. Sure thing. How about you, Zani?
How does he know my name?
You're famous.
How do you know my name?
Good questions.
How couldn't I? Everyone knows about you. So, what will it be? Noted. I'll be right back.
It wasn't long before the waiter returned with a drinking bowl as wide as it was tall, filled to the brim with a foam-topped, dark amber liquid. Carefully, he set it down in front of Bryce, who didn't hesitate to take a big gulp.
There's no hands.
He brought one for me as well, provided in a glass that seemed more appropriate for my kind.
There you go. Just call me if you need anything.
Of course. So, what is it you wanted to tell me about Reza? There are a few things. I mean, they're probably not much, but anything might help, right? That's right. Anything unusual about him, anything that defines his character or stands out about him could help us. How about you tell me what you know about him? Well, the earliest memory I have of him was when we both went to the same school. We only shared a few classes, though, and a couple of friends. Overall, I'd say he was an above-average student. We didn't talk very often, but he always was very outspoken, and never failed to speak up to make his opinions known. He was the kind of person I'd fully expect to become a politician one day, or at least an activist of some sort. That's the impression I got from him. He spoke a lot, but you could also expect him to act on his word.
I guess this was back in the before times when there was politics and activism.
I think
I mean,
so.
maybe. I was under the impression that it's been away long enough that we were born with this happening, but maybe not. Shrug. Of course, his nature caused him to clash with others, sometimes even including the school staff, though his genuine enthusiasm also garnered praise from them. He was quite a character. After we all graduated, I didn't hear anything about him for a long time. Only some years later, after we found the portal, was I surprised to find out he was the human who would be sent to your world. He had volunteered. It wasn't until I was already here that I actually met him again, however brief our interactions were. But then I already told you everything about what had happened prior to the eventual scuffle with Maverick. There's only one thing that stands out to me about those events. In the restaurant, when he told me about the letter, he mentioned I would know how to read its secret message. I know he values the use of his own intellect, but when I received the letter later, he apparently fully expected me to remember a random chemistry class we had together years ago in order to see the message. I see. So you did not arrange this beforehand? Not at all. I had no idea. That is quite peculiar. I know. I still wonder what he would have told me if Maverick hadn't interfered when we met at the portal. We do as well, and you can believe that. How was Maverick even allowed to intercept his letter and read it? He could have easily done so, since he was in charge of Reza and everything, but he totally shouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't do anything of the sort with you. Everything he has done in regard to Reza has been a poor show of character. I suppose so. In any case, thanks for telling me all of this. You never know when this kind of information could be useful. No problem. Just when I thought an awkward silence might set in, Bryce spotted the waiter and didn't hesitate to speak up. Hey, waiter, bring me another. I hadn't noticed, but while I was talking, Bryce had been busy sipping on his drink. The empty bowl before him was proof of his proficiency, while I had barely touched my own drink.
Here you go.
Bryce was just about to start in a second when he suddenly spoke up. You know what? Why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest?
That's a terrible idea.
Leave.
No,
Don't.
I'm in. So,
Just straight up go for it?
yes,
Yes.
because then you'll be drunk and you'll end up at his place.
I don't think that's likely on our first scene with him.
At the very least, he might have to carry you home.
Sure,
Yeah,
why
you might
not?
barf on him though.
That's what I like to hear. Considering they don't even have cars, at least I won't have to worry about drinking and driving. The rules are simple. We both get around, then we wait a few moments until the next one so the effects can kick in. Whoever gives up first loses. Let's burn some brain
Let's burn
cells.
some brain cells.
And may whoever burns more wins. This is the true game of kings, I'm telling you. Alright, let's do this. He made a show of looking me in the eyes while he lowered his muzzle into the bowl before started guzzling his drink noisily. It was gone in seconds. Certainly, this was going to be tough. My confidence faltered, but there was no turning back now. How did I think I could win a drinking contest against a frickin' dragon? Nevertheless, I grasped the drink, putting on the best show I could while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realized it was very different from any other beer I had tried before, yet I persevered through the intense taste until the glass was empty. I probably wasn't as impressive as Bryce had been just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short, though, as I set down the glass and an unusually strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face. How'd you like it? This is some really strong stuff. I told you. You better know beforehand how much you can take, or it'll hit you harder later on. Want to give up already?
Not yet. If we're in this, we should keep going until we're at
Least drunk.
Yeah, until
Heck
we're-
no.
Until the background art starts to blur.
exactly.
As you wish. So, when's the next round starting? Soon enough? Do you feel it? Do you feel the buzz kicking in already? Don't lie to me. I can see it in your face. Unless that's blushing I see, and not the alcohol.
It's a little of both.
Wow.
Up to you.
I'm not buzzed. Is that so? Flyism. Anyways, how do you like it here so far? I mean, compared to wherever it is that you came from.
I'm having a drinking
Yeah, how
contest
could
with
I
the
not like
dragon.
Alright.
Also, the world has not descended into anarchy.
Yay!
So is
Dot
that.
anarchy! We'll see how much you like it when I've drunk you under the table. Waiter, bring us another round.
Coming right up. Here you go. Having ourselves a little contest, are we?
You know how it goes.
That I do. Be careful, Zani. He's a pro.
Oh,
Oh.
boy!
Oh, do we have a new challenger?
We have a new challenger.
Want me to get it? Want me to get it?
Who is this character?
It's Zith. Okay.
Let me see if I can look up information.
To see
What?
if it's a guy or girl.
Are we trying to figure out if this character's gender?
Really hard to tell.
It is pretty hard to tell.
Kind of like a weird aquatic dragon.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if that red stuff is natural markings or makeup.
I know, it's kind of hard to tell.
Cool!
What?
Character details. Whip.
What?
Work in progress.
Alright.
Alright, cool.
Up to you, Tim.
Nah, you take it.
Did I hear something about a contest?
Maybe.
Up to your old shenanigans, I see.
Now, don't spoil the fun. I don't go around telling people about what you're up to either.
Point taken. Enjoy.
Shots, everybody!
Of course he wouldn't have challenged me if he wasn't confident he would win. Guess I'll just have to try my best.
Try your best on something so biological.
I went first last time, so it's your turn now. As I put the glass to my lips and started swallowing the dark amber liquid, I was struck by how much more difficult this round was compared to the first. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they could ingest without issue. Keeping it down, however, was a much different question. This contest wasn't about keeping it down. There. Your turn. Did I see you struggling there for a second?
This is just awkward pauses.
That's my tactic. Roaring laughter erupted from the dragon as his paw struck the table, rattling the containers resting on it. Keep it up, kiddo. You still stand a chance if you can make me die of laughter. As for my turn, let me demonstrate. Once again, he consumed his drink, though his swigs were noticeably slower than before. His resolve was also fading, though not as fast as mine had, as he clearly had the advantage. Was there any way I could still turn this around? There. Now, let me ask you a question.
It's blurry.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's getting blurry.
I told you it
Getting blurry.
might.
The background's getting blurry.
Now, let me ask you a question. I know you wanted to tell me all the stuff about Reza, but was that the only reason you wanted to meet with me?
No.
How
Last
how
one.
hard do we go footing with
Yeah.
him?
You're
Maybe
getting
having
drunk.
a little fun doesn't
You're
hurt,
getting
right?
drunk.
You're
Right?
Never mind.
All right.
Say what's on your mind.
We have no inhibitions. Thought so. I won't disagree with that. Waiter, next round.
Coming. There you go.
Thanks.
How are you holding up?
Yes, just fine. Thanks for asking.
If you say so. Good luck.
He didn't believe in me, guys. I don't think he believed me.
Do you swear to drink you're not God?
I swear to yes.
Yeah, God's in the, hiding out in that cave.
Was it your turn, or is it my turn? It's yours. By now it was obvious that Bryce was faltering, though he still was faring much better than I was. He even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to down it in one go. Now, it's yours. He was a lot heavier than me, and even though his bowls held far more liquid than my glasses, how did I think I'd stand a chance against him? When I picked up my glass, I didn't have feeling in my fingers anymore. I had to pause a few times, but in the end I made it, though I wasn't sure how much more I could take. So, what do we do now? wait for you to throw up so I win? You never
Said that was a rule.
You never said anything about that. Well, duh. Of course it doesn't count if you spit out your drink halfway through. I suppose it still might if you lick it all up again.
Oh.
Don't be
Oh,
gross,
it's a lot
Tammy.
blurrier.
Oh, dear. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead.
Why are you so damn attractive?
I do kind
Okay,
of also
how
want to
hard
ask
do you
him
wanna
why are
push
you
on
brown?
That's right. These both are very drunk questions.
Yes.
Oh god, I want to do them
I
both.
feel like I'm too sober to be playing this.
Well, we have to drink along with the dragons. Is that what you're saying?
I'm
Yes.
gonna, all right. What do we want? I love both of these.
You could also
Yeah.
just say nothing. Can
No,
I ask
that's-
a question?
No.
Stairs.
What was I doing? No, let's ask him. Oh, he's brown.
Yes.
Why are you brown?
Wow.
You can't just ask someone if they're black. Alright.
I mean, what did
They
you
all look
expect?
exactly like me.
Damn it, you don't just ask someone why they're brown. Don't you have, like, differently colored people where you come from? Or do they all look like you? You seriously look like a
Oh,
chocolate
no.
cream cake.
Oh my.
Delicious
Oh, no.
chocolate cream cake. Can I taste you? Waiter? Next round.
There you are.
But I wanted to taste it.
Maybe after the next round.
Blearily, the dragon looked at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit, but so was I. Maybe if I just held out a little longer. Whose turn is it, even? I
Mine.
think...
It's
What? No, didn't we?
No.
it's our turn.
It's our
Oh,
turn.
it's
Go
our-
first on this round.
Okay, it's mine. Good. At this point, I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on just one more round, it'd be over. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue, but I did not give up until, eventually, the glass was empty. It's just Scaly bastard!
No,
Just
that's
say
like
nothing,
your
just
move.
mic
Scaly
drop.
bastard.
What?
Suck on you.
No, your
scaly
move,
bastard.
Chief.
Oh my god, these are all good. Alright, your move, Chief. For the first time, I could see something in his eyes other than his always present confidence. Was it disbelief or insecurity? I guessed my feet caught him off guard, as he seemed genuinely impressed. If nothing else, this showed me that even his own conviction was cracking now. I could totally win this. You're cute. I like you, I really do. But I sure as heck am not going to let you win. He was struggling. It became more and more obvious as he tried to swallow the liquid in his bowl bit by bit. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. I considered taking a cheap shot at him, but as he had refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now. There. I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice, but I could not make out the individual words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes just for a little bit.
Oh dear.
Thunk.
Falls out of the seat.
Thunk. Hey, are you okay? You fell down. You look kind of messed up.
I'll mess you up.
You think I'm giving up? You're mistaken.
This isn't over.
This isn't over. I can see that. Ready for another round, or did you give up? Bring
Bring it
on.
it on!
There's there's three options there.
Two
Two of them are saying, no, stop.
We're making bad choices.
We're
Yeah.
making bad life decisions. Actually, you know, once you're lying on the ground, you better stop. Does that mean I win? I didn't say that.
You know, it was fun watching you and all, but you both had enough for the evening. I think you'd better leave now. After you've come out from under the table, that is.
So it's a tie.
All right, I'll be going then.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
Maybe you should go with him, just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know? It's kind of an unspoken rule here that whoever is his drinking buddy does so.
When I looked over to him, I discovered that Bryce had passed out for the moment. This could prove difficult. Yeah, fine.
Thank you.
Come on, let's get you home.
Our plan is working perfectly.
Still unconscious.
Put
Water.
pepper on his nose.
Water. This should do it. Push. What? Sonny? Where am I? Still in the bar. Come on, let's get you home. I awoke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realized that I had apparently slept on the floor. Where am I? This isn't my apartment. Oh my god.
Isn't he cute?
Guess I must have passed out after I got Bryce
Is
home.
he drooling?
Hey, Bryce.
I think he is.
You are salivating.
Wait.
The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes. Just as you do occasionally, I bet. Damn, my head. Why are you even here? I guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home. Oh, right. After our little game. Do you remember who won?
I did.
I don't even know, but you stood your ground, and I respect that.
You earned Bryce respect.
You didn't do anything funny while I was out, did you?
I don't remember.
We only had sex. That's all.
We only had sex twice. Alright, the dragon rose from the couch with a nice morning stretch, rubbed his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a grunt and a big yawn. Alright, you know what? I'm sorry. The whole contest thing was a stupid idea, and I shouldn't have suggested it, especially not to you. Well, it's not like you forced me to participate, so I suppose I share some of the blame. Let's just pretend the whole thing never happened.
Aw.
Deal. Maybe I'll invite you over some other time and show you that there's more to the chief of police than getting drunk and passing out. But how are we going to find out who won if we aren't going to have a rematch? Heh, I'm sure we could think of something else that could measure our endurance.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
That was quick.
That escalated quick.